Alpena Public Schools will have an increased police presence on December 17th. According to the school's Facebook page, threats began circulating on the social media app TikTok, urging students to take part in what is being called National Shoot Up Your School Day. At this time, the Michigan State Police and Alpena Police Department have not identified a credible threat, but will expand security as a safety precaution. Alabaster Township is one step closer to establishing their nature preserve. Northland Credit Union is honoring veterans in a way that's sure to get you to do a double take. The U.S. Department of Education released a grant opportunity to help schools recover from the effects of COVID-19. Earlier today, we had a chance to sit down with Alpena Public Schools Communication Director Lee Fitzpatrick to find out how COVID impacted APS schools and how the grant could potentially help. Millions of women spend tons of money on products like these, but today the buck stops here. Officially called SB 153, the bipartisan package will repeal the tax on menstrual products.
Well, I think it's awesome. It's about time somebody stepped up to the plate.
For decades, the taxation of menstrual products has gone back and forth in legislature, with many women citing the tax is unfair.
I think that it's great that she finally did this, because females should not have to pay taxes on something they didn't have a choice on, and no one else has to pay for it. Like men, they don't have to pay taxes on something like this. So I think it's really important that she did that.
Research shows that low-income women are most affected by the taxation of menstrual products.
We don't have taxes on things like groceries, gasoline, things that we need every day, and there's no woman in the world who chooses to have a period. So I think it's great that we don't have to be charged extra just for living our daily lives every month.
Over the course of a lifetime, it is estimated that women pay close to $5,000 on taxes for period products. You can expect to see the price drop on products in 90 days. In Alpena, Jatine Tinsley, WBKB News. On the heels of the Oxford High School shooting, we talked to Alpena Public Schools Superintendent David Rabideau about school safety and what's being done and how they're protecting your kids.
Some regional districts have come together, AMA, Alcona, Atlanta, Hillman, ACC, and our emergency management in Alpena County. Last month we actually met to talk about coordinating our response to crises should it arise. And so, you know, this serves as quite a reminder that we were on the right track, and we're meeting again next week to keep doing that work. So.
Additionally, APS works with public safety officials that include police, fire, and sheriffs who assist with crisis development plans.
We have to develop an emergency operation plan, and we do that. Every district does that in partnership with their local public safety.
Alpena High School junior Saray Gagnon was surprised by the Oxford school shooting, but doesn't feel threatened when attending classes.
I generally feel pretty safe at school, especially since now they're doing more to protect us from any threats.
For security purposes, Rabideau did not share his crisis plan with us, but he did have this to say.
And then with a lockdown drill, which is, you know, if someone's in the building, we would go into lockdown, so we practice that on a regular basis.
At this time, APS is not considering installing metal detectors in any of its schools, despite some parents who believe it could offer a mild form of additional protection. However, there is one thing we can all agree on.
I just think it's a tragedy that should be taken very seriously in all schools, and because you never know which school could be next.
Alpena Public Schools say they will continue to make safety a top priority. In Alpena, Jatine Tinsley, WBKB News. People gathered here in Mayo, Michigan at Lost Creek Sky Ranch to honor Bryn Bills. It was a day filled with Bill's favorite things: family, friends, food, music, and games.
What a cornhole tournament. We got second.
We got first place in the cornhole tournament. We won $100.
Friends and family spoke about the things that set Bills apart, things that made her shine, and most importantly, the reasons they'll miss her.
Her smile, her beautiful green eyes. I love taking pictures of her eyes. Oh my gosh. I'll miss her personality. I'll miss how that she was any budget she wanted to be. There wasn't just one version of Bryn, she was many versions of the best Bryn.
Before the night was over, there was one more thing left to do: celebrate Bill's birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bryn. Happy birthday to you.
After the traditional birthday song and not one but 2 birthday cakes that showed pictures of Bill's, guests went outside to light lanterns in memory of the vibrant teenage girl with the startling green eyes who died just short of her 18th birthday. The family hosted a private auction where participants could win items like this gift basket. All the proceeds will go towards Bill's final expenses. In Mayo, Michigan, Jatine Tinsley, WBKB News. The process to donate blood is relatively simple, and it starts here where you fill in a sign-in sheet and speak with a Versiti representative. Up next in the process, a Versiti representative will take your vitals. Then you'll be asked to answer a few questions like, are you feeling healthy today? And review a list of possible medications you may be on to make sure you qualify to give a blood donation. And now it's time to roll up your sleeves and save a few lives.
Good, relax your squeeze. Feel okay for a needle in the arm?
Yes. 8.5 minutes later, it's time for the needle to come out.
Bring the other hand over for me. And straight up like you're asking a question.
This one?
Yep.
We're able to save 3 lives with this one donation. In Alpena, Jatine Tinsley, WBKB News. This is the Lexus LC convertible concept car, and it just took home the award by Eyes on Design for Best Exterior Lighting. You can kind of check out these lights as it spins around this rotating stage. You'll see the red lights kind of lit up in the shape of an L sign, and that's one of Lexus's signature designs so that you always can recognize a Lexus vehicle with the L sign in the lights. You see it right there. It almost can kind of look like a Nike check mark, but it's actually L, and it's representative of the brand in itself.
So this is actually a concept. You know, when the original LC was designed, the platform and the structure was designed with the ability to accommodate a convertible, which is great news for us. This is a concept. We're putting it out here in the market. We're going to learn. We're going to see what the response is. And I, for one, am really hoping that it's strong, because I'd love to be selling these things. It looks fantastic. The car was built, it appears, from a styling standpoint, to be a convertible.
Lexus is hoping the LC convertible can help fill a hole in their current market if the public response to the car suggests a need for Lexus lovers to want to drop the top.
Well, I think it's a good idea for the car company. They don't really have a convertible in the market right now. I think I'm a little timid with that, because sometimes when concept cars are released, the actual car on the road doesn't look too much like it. But Lexus has been good over the past couple of years. If it's a concept and it looks nice in the concept, they bring something very similar to the road. So I think I would like to see it on the road.
And Lexus will be tracking the public's response to the vehicle via social media. So if you'd like to see this concept go from a concept car to reality, you'll need to upload a picture of it on your social media. That's how they will be tracking and seeing the public's response to the vehicle. And hopefully we'll be able to see this car out on the road sooner than later. Jatine Tinsley, News 18.